Alright guys, hello and welcome back to the next episode of our Madden Superstar Career Mode here on Madden 25. In the last episode, we won against the Miami Dolphins 34-24, as we're going to be going right into address the media before we head on to week 16 against the Detroit Lions. Alright. Increasing that second winning streak. I'm gonna go ahead and stay humble for the team. I'm gonna be proud of this moment. 21 for season 2. It's not as good as last season at this point, I believe. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember. I'm gonna go ahead and acknowledge. All right, team chemistry, 5 pass blocking for the offensive line for the next game. Answer the media quest unlocked. All right, we can go ahead and see if the playoff picture has changed. And it had, no, it has. Actually, we just moved up to second seat. Dallas still sitting at the 7th seat for wild card. We're gonna try to get up to that first seat against the Eagles, but I don't think we will be able to. If we go to NFL, actually no, we can view it right there, or that screen that we were just on. The Eagles, let's see where they are. Middle, 10-3. They are 10-3. We're 9-5. So there could be a possibility if they lose their games for the rest of the season, we could take that first seat and we could get that first week bye for the playoffs. So I'm gonna go ahead and advance the week. All right, finishing strong, winning streak. Teammate wants to chat. We have to win our games here the last 2 weeks, and then we're hoping for the Eagles to lose their games, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, coach's office, week 16. 3 games left, and we're in a great position for the playoffs. Talking about where we stand. Cautious. Yeah, keep pushing. Got 2000 XP for that conversation. More than likely just a regular given. Winning streak, stat boost for this game probably, or the remainder of the season. We'll have to see here. Practice field. Another 4 straight wins. Offensive performance, not all about us. We're only one aspect of this team. Defense has been putting a lot of work in this season as well. Specialized drills. All right, 10 awareness for your entire offensive line for the entirety of one game. All right, teammate wants to chat. Stat boost. Let's see who we get. Camaro or Olave, I'm guessing. Chris Olave. All right. 3,000 passing yards for the season. It's going to take wins over stats. All right, we are getting really big boosts for this next game here. All right, we're gonna knock out team workout, and then I don't know if the playoff picture will change here. It has changed. Dallas is knocked out of the playoff picture after the last weekend. So far, wild card is us against the Panthers. Seattle makes their way into the wild card playoff against the Lions, and then 49ers against the Bears. If we play Seattle in the playoffs, I don't know what's gonna happen, but right now looks like we might have home field advantage for wild card. The Eagles will have home field advantage for divisional, and we'll have to go from there. Let's go ahead and come over to league. Dallas. Where are they? They are 7-7, getting knocked out of the playoffs. Playoff picture. So that'll be something to keep an eye out. I do not want to play against them again in the playoffs and get knocked out. So, like I said, we're going to go ahead and knock out team workout, and then we'll see you guys for the game here against the Detroit Lions.
It's week 16 of the NFL, and this one features the Saints' electric quarterback. Solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Saints and the Lions, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
It's the national.
All right, you guys saw that we're doing a color rush game. We're going to be wearing the white jersey, and the Lions are going to be wearing the black and blue.
Led out by their second-year quarterback.
And he
drive goal for a 6 rushing touchdown.
The point of this offense. Had an unbelievable game running the football last time out. And we're not just talking about little scampers here and there for 5 or 10 yards.
I did get a new desk, so this monitor is a little bit closer than I'm familiar with. But we will see here.
As Shaheed going to go in motion. Now Johnson throwing to start the drive.
Quick pass.
Here's a short one to the tight end Johnson. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara.
That's fine.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Trying to
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
All right, we're good. 13-yard run.
Into enemy territory. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
He's a talented runner. That means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. He'll take this
2 yards,
to the 46.
that's fine.
So a player shaken up. We'll get a stoppage here. And that's Alvin Kamara, the one who's going to receive some attention. Hopefully he's okay.
Not right now for playoffs, dude. That's so... Oh, no.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
I threw it.
And
what?
The Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Aiden Hutchinson
I was
in
not
there
ready
for the
that.
sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
That was
in
not
every
good.
game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
I knew I was going to throw it.
That nearly intercepted.
All right.
Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. And Saints, they get ready to set up shop.
All right, yet
for their
again,
second
defense
drive.
doing their job, holding them back.
You look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
That is good.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule. But you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
See what we can do here.
Now 2nd and 3.
Try to go for Linder or Olave. Just gotta watch the pocket.
Operating from the gun.
Watch the pocket.
Johnson.
Outside, caught. No, out.
The timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Pass
taken in by
extra
his
yards.
Tight end. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route,
we're going to try a run and see what we can do here.
Sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
I don't know how it's going to do, but we'll go for it.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And
all right,
not
gain
a whole
one.
lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
The
Saints at 9-5 now on the year. And they've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display.
Over the shoulder, caught.
There's Chris Olave. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a 1st down.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
That ball caught by his rookie
big hit.
Out. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
That was a big hit.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and a yard. Back to the ground.
Right, easy 1st down.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Again, it's Kamara.
Kamara to the outside. Outside the numbers. Extra 1st down.
But not before getting this inside the 25.
I don't know what my guy was doing. I was just running.
For 21 yards and a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
All right, we're getting into the red zone now.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. Well, now hang on here 6. Because he appears to be shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. The medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
All right, passing game.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Johnson.
Oh.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'm just glad I got it out.
A lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Back to throw. Johnson.
Easy pass to the middle.
Got a man complete. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
See if I can run it in myself.
Operating from the gun, Johnson.
Yep, wide open.
And he'll
there's a
take
flag.
this into the end zone.
No, there's a
Hold on,
flag.
we do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding defense. Fuck. God damn it. Left tackle hold.
Reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Johnson now operating from the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured.
Another guy
up on that last play. The 6-yard
Another guy
line,
on our side.
Of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
If I can run it in again, I will. It looks like Shaheed is
back
the
to
optional.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line.
Another injury, dude. Come on.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured. Shaken up on that last play.
Our linemen
Always
are not.
unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. They'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal, eluding the pressure right. And he is
That's in. That is fucking in.
Touchdown, New Orleans. With his 6th rushing touchdown on the year, 10th overall. And the Saints go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking.
Their quarterback set to take the field once more. And his ability to use
we're
his
sitting at number
legs
2
is given the defense fits
behind Lamar Jackson.
He's currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing yards by a QB.
We're going to change that here. We're going to try and follow Kamara. He's back on the field again.
Johnson throwing to start the drive.
No, dude.
Under the Lions pressure, he's brought down.
Oh my God.
Aiden Hutchinson able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football.
That is not what I want.
Here's Johnson off the play fake. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort.
Block.
Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion.
Linder.
One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Caught, dropped. Fuck, dude. Come on, man.
So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
It's not helping.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away.
Offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And
Our
this
defense
has got to be searching
yet
for
again.
answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in this first half that's really giving him fits.
Oh, I need to throw this. There's no chance in that. I need to throw this ball.
Throwing to start the drive. Johnson.
God
Pressure gets to him,
damn
and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
Dude.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Kamara up the middle.
Get it. Fucking get it, dude.
And
Come
a short
on.
gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad.
Dude.
This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw.
Olave outside.
Johnson.
No.
That'll be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into
on.
coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under
All
center.
right, Detroit finally able to get on the board. 49 seconds left to go in the second quarter.
Sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see
All right, we are at a decent position here.
Now Johnson throwing to start the drive. Being chased out left.
First down.
He'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Slip screen. That felt more than a 10-yard gain, but I guess it'll work for us.
Back to throw.
Oh.
Johnson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh my God, the blitz, man.
You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly, and you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
What was that blitz?
2nd and 10.
Doesn't show me the previous play. That's stupid.
Looking to throw. Johnson.
Nice.
He completes it to Olave.
Nice. There we go.
Out of bounds, just shy of the 40. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down.
What an intelligent play as he found
Good
open
catch.
grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these short.
I believe they buzzed down.
Oh,
They're going to take
no.
another look at this play, with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Come on.
Did he keep those feet
One,
in bounds? That's the question they've got to
two.
decide. And I got to
no.
say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch
1st and 10.
because he didn't appear to bobble it,
41.
which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
Ruling on the field stands. All right, first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Flushed out right. The 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a first down. Johnson now. A final shot before break.
There we go.
Take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there as time expires in the first half. And the Saints will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Well, my education continues in this game.
I don't know why it does that. I didn't hit pause or anything. Oh,
the home team's
come
offense
on.
And their quarterback ready to go once more. And
I was waiting for it to play through halftime, but I guess not.
Come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities
14
to tuck
to
it
9.
and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays.
14-9, our ball. 4:48 left in the third.
They begin on the ground with Kamara.
Nice first down.
Here. And this will wind
I
up
was so ready for that halftime animation.
To about the 42.
I guess we don't get it.
Not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He
That's
finally
fine
felt
by
like,
me.
whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
See if we can go for another run here.
Now on first down.
Oh, they tried to collapse the pocket. It's a bad pass, but he still got it.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Nice.
25 yards that time.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he'll be hit as he releases it.
Dude, their defensive line, though.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause.
They're really throwing me
by
off.
Forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
High success rate on trucks, stiff arms.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down.
Nice.
Olave holds it in. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 22-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
Where am I at for my extractor? I need 2 more.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's Olave.
I threw it into defense, too.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
And I think he just wanted to give the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
They'll look to throw again. Flush to his right.
Another touchdown.
And he is in
nice.
The end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. An 18-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right?
He's had quite the game running the football. Last time
right,
he finished in the end zone with his
21-9.
legs for the
1:26
third
left
time in this
in the
one.
third
We'll see
quarter.
what they can do here as they start this drive 1st and 10.
Should we keep going for Pat? No, we're going to work on passing yards. Now. Already at 130. We might as well get our X factor going.
Johnson throwing to start the drive.
Really?
His throw is incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Okay.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Johnson. Wide open receiver complete.
Extra
And
yards.
he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line.
There we go.
A big-time play there for New Orleans. 43 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Go Olave here as soon as he cuts to the outside.
Johnson.
Nice.
And this one taken in by
Nice.
Olave. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Chris Olave, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Saints will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season.
This offense headed back out, captained,
All right,
of course,
28
by
to
their
16.
And he has been masterful so
in the
far
4th
leading
quarter.
this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step
We're
ahead
looking
of
to
his
get our
defense
X
all game
factor
long.
going. We need one more for our X factor. It's going to be Olave here. As soon as he cuts back to the left.
They go play action here on 1st down.
Outside. Oh,
and
dude.
that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They went with a
That's
dime
fine.
look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially
did he lose
every
it?
blade
He
of
lost
grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again.
Nice.
Oh,
He's gone, dude.
Complete.
Oh, my God.
Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 70 yards. And the Saints add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Well, Charles, he's still a young. To the field comes New Orleans.
All right,
Now, there are
35-23. Quick work from our defense.
4th quarter, but
7:32 to
start
go.
thinking about playing keep away.
Yeah, I think here's the situation.
And that's what we're going to do. We're going to change it to 2 clock. Coach adjustment, 2 clock. Passing. Actually, no, let's change to a run. We'll 2 the clock now. We're plenty far ahead. 12-point game.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31.
And another guy
Well, a
down.
timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. from the 31.
Can we check that out? Stats, player stats, team stats. Can we not? Will it not let us? Options, no. Stats, no. Game stats. Stats, player stats. It won't let us view any stuff like that.
2nd and 9.
As far as I see.
A 10th carry for Kamara.
Nice fight for that first down.
And
3rd and 1.
This one up to about the 39 here. 59 yards rushing for him now to this point. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Nice first down, extra yards, extra 10
yards, good for his Saints first down.
Nice.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive.
Now we just need a breakaway
and you don't
play.
secure tackles. Guys
breakaway
break through.
play from,
trying to sell out
Kamara.
to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9. They run it again with Kamara.
Nice, open in the middle. Extra
and a
yards.
Strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 14 yards is the pickup. First down,
throw a
New
pass
Orleans.
in there. Watch the pocket.
Looking
Watch
to
the
throw.
pocket.
Johnson. Nowhere
That's
to
fine.
turn here, and
We'll
he's going
take
to
it.
go down. Back
We'll
at
take
about
that.
the
That's fine.
37-yard line. So
That is fine
following
by
the
me.
sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Johnson.
Dude.
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Oh my
Aiden
god.
Hutchinson. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Operating from the gun. Johnson.
Out of the shoulder and caught it.
And it's going to be
Oh
another
my
first down as
god.
they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 18.
Savior.
3rd and 19, no problem as they're able to convert.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to
Alright.
tuck your head in and go like turtle at this
Go
point. You
back
just
to
go
our
ahead and
running
play.
plays.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
That set of downs was rough.
They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2:20 to go in the 4th quarter.
Coming left is Kamara. Shoves him away.
Fighting for yards. Sideline.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
This will drop. If we win, this will drop Detroit on the bracket.
This afternoon, it's Kamara again.
I think.
And he won't get close. Only a
4th
yard.
and 3.
4th and 3.
2-minute warning.
It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning.
No playoff standing.
So it's Saints football
That's
as we
fine by
get you
me.
reset. They've got a 4th down
halfback
here in a
dive
game
here.
that looks to have been decided already.
Fight for that
and
down.
with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Here we go with Kamara.
There it is. There it is.
And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8.
There it is.
And now right out of the 2-minute break.
Is that going to be a booth review?
We'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
I think it will
A
be.
good chance
Nope,
now to
never
put
mind.
this game on ice. This is
They didn't
1st and
challenge
goal.
it.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1 yard line. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter.
See if we can get him with that
Another
fake jet.
yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Kamara.
All right, that's fine. There's that final timeout.
Here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll run it with Kamara. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1.
Timer is running.
He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others?
Let's see what happens here.
This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here.
Are they going to get down the field 38-30? And that's our final score.
Good one. Excitement all the way to the end. You had the points, and then they were hoping for the miracle there on the onside kick. Couldn't get it recovered, and that was your ball game.
And I'm of the opinion that anytime you actually do recover an onside kick, it almost is a miracle. It takes so many things going right to make it happen. It didn't in this case, and they walk off a victor.
All right, just shy of 300 passing yards.
So for the Saints, it's an
2
important
touchdowns,
win for their
60% completion rate.
They hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7, and they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears.
Now we're going to take a look at that playoff picture at the start of the next episode. As we wrap it up here, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm getting it dialed down. We're more than likely going to be putting the time frame for the playoff games to 15 minutes, and if they get dragged out enough, or well, at least start with a wild card, go from there. But we're gonna do 15 minutes, and I'll probably do time crunch or whatever it's called, play clock. Whatever it was in the setting, I forget. But see you guys in the next one.
I tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits. Don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds. People can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion.